Alright, so we're in a nice snowy day of November this year, and we're just out here to fish. I have my sister back there, and it's just gonna be a good old day. Then we have my dog coming over to drink in the water. And it's late November, and it has snowed, and it is very thick. I'm not really gonna hide the location because it's out in the open. We're down here at Granite in Oregon, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of trout fishing. Hopefully it works out. Don't know if it will. So I'm just gonna do a variety of starting lures, because this pond is very small, but I've caught multiple trout out of here. I usually go fly fishing up here, but it is, like I said, late November, so there's not going to be any flies in the air or anything like that. So I'm going to go with a little silver spinner with yellow and black body with an orange tail behind it. And I'm just going to come out here, and I don't know how deep it is back here. Oh, I don't know. I don't think the spinner will work here, actually. Like I said, it's depends on what time of year it is, but I've caught multiple fish out of this river, or lake almost. Yeah, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna change up. I think I'm gonna change it up to just a little hook bobber and some power bait. Usually what I love to do for my power bait, I usually use garlic power bait because it seems to do magic on them fish, especially hatchery fish. Little advisement is hatchery fish, what they're fed with while they're in the hatchery, they're all fed with garlic or a yellowish power bait. So what I'm going to use here is, I'm going to use what it is it's a hook with a spring, and it's supposed to keep the power bait on there better, which, I don't know, really, I've found out that it holds it on pretty good. So I'm going to use that. I'm just going to attach it to the bottom of my swivel, and we'll get some fishing done. It's a free fishing weekend right now up here because it is the second day after Thanksgiving. So it's pretty cold and it's a lot of snow up here in Granite. What I use is this natural power bait scent, or here goes the magic. What are their plastic eggs, which I'm not going to use those right now because we are in what hook I'm using. But whoo, this stuff stinks. What I usually do is just put it in like a ball-like kind of sort, not an actual ball. Put it in my hand and just cover the hook. Make it look like there's nothing there except for hook. That usually I don't use, but since I'm a little lazy today and it's nice and cold out, I'm just going to leave it on there, which what you're going to find out with this is that you can't really cast it, but what you can do is just drop it in, just like that, in which, I don't know if they're in here right now. And it's not a bad little area, to be honest. It's a really good spot, which I love fishing down here. peaceful. There's nothing around you except for and please like and subscribe. I'm just starting out with YouTube. I've got a couple of airsoft videos, and I'm about ready to put out an off-roading video with my sister was with me, and it's gonna be a nice little fun trip. See, usually, if a little advice, if you see something like that but with more water around it, usually they like to hide right under there because it gives them nice shade. So if you see right here, you got this little spot, what you're going to do is just drop it in and just let it float down, or you might have to pull it down. But the great thing about what the power bait does is it puts off scent, and it gives you really good, like a bait, it's called power bait. It gives us a really nice good bait. And if you have like the lures that I was using, I usually go with the smaller ones if you're going for trout, or if you never really know what you're gonna like see in this river, which I know what I've seen in here, but like if you don't really know what you're gonna see in the river, I always just like to mix it up. See, I went to Olive Lake today. It was a really cold one, but we did catch one on a worm. But I've seen trout down here in this general area, which it might be down here. I've actually seen one down here in this hole. I've actually had them swipe at it before. He might have moved downstream or something. I don't really know. But since I've just hit fully whatever, I'm just gonna step in here and just take a nice step over and cross. And see, this water has a lot of snow and stuff into it, so it's gonna have nice crystal clearness. And if there was a fish down there, he wouldn't win after this. I promise you. I've seen fish down here before. I've had him take after the most oddest things, like just bare hook. I've had one take after it. So here's some shrapnel metal, old metal. See, what I'm gonna do is, I've caught a fish down here on a fly because I have a fly pole that I use. I'm gonna come down here and see, here's like a little dam almost, like a beaver dam almost, or it could be just a maybe just a little fallen tree or something. But see, that would be a good area. But I'm just gonna put her in right here, let her go down, because there's enough current here that I'm just gonna let her float down and see what happens. See, there's either, like, that's the thing with this, it's not really that heavy, so what I'm gonna have to do is, like, hold out the string and reel, because it's not that heavy of a setup here that I'm using, so I'm just gonna reel it in now. See, it left a big old knot in my line, and nothing surprising. I've cut stuff out here with this, but it's always a mystery. You never know. Sometimes it could just not be around. And see, now it's just good old power bait, which what I'm gonna do is say like it's free fish weekend, but I've got my fishing license, so I'm just gonna carry it on me. But here's like a good little spot to put it down in. You never really know, to be honest. It's always a mystery. That's why I like fishing so much. It's a mystery. See? Which that's the thing that I love about using these little bait hooks is if you buy the right one, they're perfectly small in size, so it works out so well. Which what I'm gonna do is there's a nice little culvert up here that is not a bad spot to try. So I'm gonna come up here and try that spot, which you never really know. Like I said, it's always a mystery. Which I might cut in and see if there's a nice little spot. Actually, I'm gonna just come up to the culvert. I might come back. Which, there's my dog eating a branch. I don't know why. What I like to use is my Zebco. What it is I have this Eagle Claw yellow edition, and then I have my Zebco Z3E20. Why I like using this pole is because it is such a light pole that it's got a very nice action. And so that's why I like using this so much, is because all you gotta do is really just set the thing in there, and all you do is just set it in there and it'll float on down for you. Which, I don't know why he's eating his stick. He's odd. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let it drop right here. And just let the current take it. Yeah? I'm down by the culvert. Yeah, that's my sister. I drove her down here because she's starting up her YouTube channel. I don't know what she's gonna call it just yet, which I'm a beginner too, so I can't say much. But all I gotta say is, as soon as I figure out her name, next video, I'll have her name, post it, and say, I'm trying to be a nice brother, so I want everyone that's either watching or gonna watch this, subscribe to her as soon as I find the name. But see, that's a nice little spot, and I've seen fish down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step on down here, so I'm gonna take it over here. Kenna, I'm down by the culvert! What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step on down here. What I like to do is I've only done fish down here once, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step right up on there, because that's a nice little vantage point that all I gotta do is drop the hook straight on down. Which luckily my boots are nice and like grippy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let it float itself down. Oh, it already came down. Which, if there's anything in here, it'll go after this. Which, that's the bad thing about these little, when there's nothing there really, nothing there that's weighted, all you gotta really do is just chuck it out there and try not to get a tangle in your line. That's what I'm gonna do right now. Just gonna throw it out. Or don't try to get into a tree. That's always not good. Like this. There we go. Which, I'm surprised there's not anything down here. Well, this thing puts off some good scent, so if there'd be anything down here, I would have got it by now, so. I think I'm gonna end the video here. There's gonna be more fishing videos coming soon, because where I live, I have to go about 30 minutes to get to a good fishing hole, and I'm not old enough, I don't have a fishing license yet. Because I don't live here, my grandpa lives up here. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the video here. I don't like begging for subscribers, but I don't have a subscriber yet, so I'm gonna beg. Subscribe, please. Show the support. I mean, all I need is 1 subscriber. It doesn't need to be 100 at once. Just subscribe, and see you later.